Hey guys, it's Enrique Iglesias. Thank you so much for submitting your questions. I can't wait to answer all of them. And thank you to Romeo for making this happen. So let's start. Here we go. Sam from New York. What is the craziest thing a fan has ever said to you? Ooh, I don't know about the craziest thing, but I did have the craziest thing a fan has ever done was I had a fan that actually tattooed my name on her arm, which I thought was pretty crazy. I think it was pretty crazy. Annie from Miami, are you ticklish? And if so, where are you the most ticklish? Yes, my feet, Annie. Extremely ticklish. Mia from Germany, do you have a mantra you live by? Yes, never give up. Macy from Philadelphia, if you could have any superpower, what would it be and why? Macy, definitely flying, because Superman was my favorite superhero growing up. And I love flying. On a plane, of course. Katarina, from Brazil, what is your favorite track from the album Sex and Love? That's a tough question. Right now, it goes, one week is one, another week is another. But right now I would say Bailando, Let Me Be Your Lover, and El Perdedor are three of my favorites right now. And then last week, it depends. Depends what mood I'm in. Okay, Nina from Miami, how will your new album be different from your first album? Ooh, very, very different. Actually, if you can go online and actually listen to both of them, you'll notice that there's a huge difference. To me, it's shocking at times, because when I see the way that, I don't want to say evolved, but in a way how my style has changed throughout the years. And I actually think that's really cool, and that's what makes, I have a lot of fun when it comes down to the live shows, making up the set list, because I can go from one style of music to a completely different style. Thank you, Nina, for your question. Okay, Rehan from India, if you could tell your younger self something, what would it be and why? Good question, Rehan. It would be enjoy what you do as much as possible, and the good times as much as possible. Because when you have those moments of extreme happiness, you should embrace them, and you should enjoy them. Especially in my life, in my career, I've been so fortunate. So that's one thing I would tell myself if I was younger. Carol from Wellesley, hopefully I said that right. What has been your favorite place to perform or visit? It's tough to say. I love going to Australia. I love Sydney and Melbourne. I love going to Mexico. Argentina has been a place that I haven't performed in quite a while, but I'm dying to go back. Buenos Aires, that's a great city. But it's tough to pick my favorite city. But those are some of my favorite countries and cities. I like Ireland a lot, and Holland. Great fans, great crowds. Nicole from Madison, New Jersey. What is the coolest thing a fan has ever done for you? Oh, man. For me, what's unbelievable is that fans sometimes wait outside the hotels where I stay for hours, and that's really cool. That to me is I appreciate that so much, and I think that's really cool. Lori from New York. What is your favorite color? My favorite color, Lori, is red or dark blue. Yeah, or gray sometimes. Between those three colors. Justin from Marlton, New Jersey. Hopefully I said that right, the city. How old were you when you started singing? I was about maybe like 13, 14, 15. but I started songwriting at the same time, probably even before I started to sing. Thank you, Justin, for the question. Tanya from Brazil, what is your favorite, what is your biggest challenge making this album? Making an album is always a challenge. There's days that are extremely frustrating because you think you've made a lot of progress, and then you go back to the studio and you realize you haven't. That's always the biggest challenge in all my albums. All right, thank you, Tanya, for that question. Abby from Dover, what was your inspiration for the song "You and I"? I actually like that song a lot. I wanted to make a song that was up tempo but still felt intimate, which I thought the album I needed. And obviously, this song, I might have been thinking of someone when I wrote it, but I like that song. Thank you, Abby, for the question. Stacy from Mount Pocono, I don't know if I said that right, but Stacy, what is the greatest thing about being a songwriter and singer? The greatest thing is that you get to sing what you write, which is, to me, extremely important. Thank you, Stacy, for your question. Marcia from Rutland, what is your one regret in your life so far, and how would you change it? My one regret. Well, one of them is I wish I would have spent more time with my dog that died a few years ago, and the reason why I say that is because I was always traveling, and he was, in a way, my best friend. I loved him so much, and when he passed away, I remember thinking I wish I would have spent more time with him. I got to spend a lot of time with him, but I wish I would have spent even more. Here we go. Sarah from Hammond, New Jersey. Who is your favorite rapper? It's tough to say. Obviously, Pitbull's one of my favorite rappers. I like Nas. I like, there's a bunch of rappers I like out there. I like Kanye West. I could name a few more, but those are some of my favorites. Thank you, Sarah, for the question. Sarah from Dubai, another Sarah. What is your favorite song to perform? It depends. Depends where, depends the mood I'm in. I like one of my favorite songs, the one that actually, depends where I'm touring, but a lot of times I notice that Tired of Being Sorry is one of my favorite songs to perform. Okay, here we go next. Diana from India, why did you decide to name your album Sex and Love? I thought that's what first came to my mind when I listened to the album, when I listened to the songs, and I thought it was direct, straightforward, and it's two things that we can all relate to. You know, I've said this in many interviews, like no matter what religion, what nationality, what color, we can all relate to sex and love. And it's an inspiration to a lot of the songs that I write, that I've written on this album, and that I've written in the past, actually. Okay, Diana, thank you for your question. Caitlin from Lincoln, is there anything you want to accomplish within the next few years or during your lifetime? There's a lot of things I want to accomplish still musically, I would say. I still feel that I can write better songs, and I know that a year from now I'm going to say, I know I can make a better album than this one. And I still feel inspired to write more songs. So hopefully I'll be doing that for the next few years. Ayushi from India, hopefully I said that right. The question is, what is it like when you hear one of your songs on the radio? I love listening to my songs on the radio because they're always for some reason they always sound different. It's compressed. Sometimes it's even sped up a little bit. But it's really cool. The first time I actually heard one of my songs on the radio, I was very embarrassed. The first few times, but after a while, it's kind of cool. It's a great feeling. Okay, Stephanie from Melbourne. If you could collaborate with anyone, dead or alive, who would it be and why? I would love to collaborate with Michael Jackson. Who wouldn't? I would go back a lot to the guys I grew up with, to the music I grew up with. Someone like Tom Petty, someone like Bruce Springsteen, Billy Joel. I would like to collaborate. I would love to collaborate with them, or write a song with them. Here we go. Thank you, Stephanie, for the question. Denise from Bristol. Who was your celebrity crush growing up? There was a few, but let me think. Halle Berry was one of them. Thank you, Denise, for the question. Mika from Brazil. Will you have the same gap of 4 years to release the next album after Sex and Love? That's tough. That's tough to say, Mika. I mean, it depends. I don't want to. I won't put out an album until I'm 100% satisfied, and that could take a year, 2 years, or who knows, maybe 10 years. I mean, hopefully not that long, but I'm not sure about that. It all depends on how I feel about the songs. Thank you for the question, Mika. Then Veronica from Newport Beach. What is your favorite song of all times? Of all times. That's a tough one. I wouldn't be able to pick one. I'll tell you one song that I can listen to over and over and over and over again, which is Hotel California by the Eagles. That's one song that I never get sick of. Probably one of, to me, in the top 10 greatest songs of all time. Valerie from Hinsdale. What was your most embarrassing experience in high school? Valeria, not Valerie. Valeria, my most embarrassing experience in high school. I remember once taking a test, and the whole class was very quiet, and I farted, which I thought was extremely embarrassing, and everybody knew it was me. That was pretty embarrassing. And yeah, that was embarrassing. Okay, Valeria, here we go. Next, Lorena from Mexico. What advice or life lessons do you have for the younger generation? To find something you're passionate about that you truly love, and never give up. Just keep on trying, keep on going for it. But you gotta find that one thing that you're truly passionate about. Next one is from DG from Mumbai. What kind of music do you like the most? DG, I listen to all types of music, like whether it's rock, hip hop, pop, classical. I listen to all types of music. So there's not really, I mean, I have tendency when I'm in the car to listen to a lot of top 40 radio, but I listen to all styles of music. Thank you, DG from Mumbai. All right, Joanna from Poland. What is your current ringtone on your phone? I don't have a ringtone on my phone, Joanna. I'm sorry. Hope you're doing well in Poland. Dalila from San Jose. What is the last concert you attended that you weren't performing? Obviously, where you weren't performing. Prince was the last show I went to. It was an amazing show. Okay, Brooke from Nashville. What is your favorite movie of all time? Brooke, that's a good question. My favorite movie of all time. I always say, I always go back to movies when I was a kid, just because it's just good memories, great memories, fun memories. Like movies like Raiders of the Lost Ark or E.T. I remember watching those two movies when I was a kid. I could watch those movies over and over again. All right. Mark from Poland. Again, someone from Poland. Hi, Mark. Who was the funniest person to work with on your new album? The funniest person to work with on my new album, Alexander from Gente de Zona, which features in Bailando. He is one funny man. He's hilarious. He's a great guy to work with, and he's extremely funny. If you ever meet him, you'll know why I say this, why I'm saying this. Okay, here we go. Elena from Italy. Would you ever consider being an actor? Why or why not? Yeah, I mean, I love film. If I strongly believe on, in the role, definitely, yes. Okay. Christina from Mexico. What is it like, what was it like when you first started your career? What would you, and then she asked again, what would you say, would you say it was easy or hard? It was a rush, Christina. I remember it all happened so, at least looking back at it now, it feels like it all happened so fast. I know it took a lot of years, but it was like an adventure, and it was a lot of work, but I wouldn't change absolutely anything. It was a great time in my life, and a crucial time in my life. And what would I say was easy or hard? Look, there was moments when it was easy. There was moments when it was difficult. And there's moments that you really have to work. But that's normal. I think that's anything that you want to be. If you want to be successful, you're gonna have to work hard. But I loved it. I love those times. Thinking about those times. Okay, Julian from Chicago. Who or what inspires you to keep pushing forward on your dream? Actually, what keeps me inspired is going up on stage and seeing my fans react to the songs. That pushes me. And being able to write a song that, once it's finished, I wish everyone could listen to it in that moment, because when you write that one song, that you feel is so magical and so special, and that inspires me to keep pushing forward, and then being able to perform those songs up on stage in front of my fans. I love that. There's no feeling like that in the world. All right, Julian, thank you for your question, and that's it. Thanks again for submitting your questions for me. I really enjoyed answering all of them.